Well, hello friends. Today I thought I would be doing a little bit of Windows Server hacking again because I want to add window icons. And so here's a Minesweeper game that I've been working on. Oh, look at that, bad luck. And as you can see, it just has this generic icon here, and down in the taskbar there are no icons. And if I open some other processes, they all have that same boring generic icon. And I would like it for window to be able to set its own icon from the client side. So that's what I'll be doing today. So I think we'll start with adding a gwindow API for the client side. And icons are going to be per window. And we'll start with, I think we're going to start with set window icon path. I'm going to use paths for this. So that the Windows Server can just load the same icon and then pass that path to the taskbar as well, which is the taskbar doesn't live in the Windows Server process, so it needs to be able to get to the icon too. Ideally, I would be using shared memory for this, but the shared memory system that I have right now only supports two-way sharing, or so I wouldn't be able to share between three people, so like the client, the Windows Server, and the taskbar. So because I have to share it with everyone, I'm going to use paths and then just load that path from each process. And then in the future, I'll come back and change it around to be shared memory bitmaps. Okay, so let's just get started. Icon set, let's say set icon path. Yeah. And we'll just make that a string icon path. All right. Set icon path. And what should that do? I guess we would just do something like gwindow set icon path. If an icon path is already this path, then just return. Otherwise, assign. And then I guess we will, if we have a window ID, if we don't have one, then return. Otherwise, let's make a client message type. We'll make a new message. It will be called set window icon path, or just set window icon. Message.text is path. Message.text length is the path length. And then we'll just assert that the message, that the path length is less than the size of message.text. Just make sure that it fits. I want to go back and, I want to go change this up at some point so that you can send arbitrarily long texts somehow, but for now it's limited to the size of the client message text buffer, which is 256 characters, which is good enough for me right now, but I realize that it's not going to last forever. Okay, and then let's also add that type, set window icon. Oops. Yeah, and of course we can't assign to a character array. We gotta do stir copy. Path characters. Okay, that's fine. And send message, post message to server. That's it. Yeah. Okay. Great. Now we have to take care of that message on the server. So here's where we come in on the Windows Server side in the WS message loop, the Windows Server message loop. I'll be receiving a client message of type set window icon, And we'll take one of these guys who already has some text handling. And we'll say post message to the client. We make a WS API set window icon request with the client ID, the message dot window ID. What's it called? Where's the window ID stuff? Yeah, that window ID. That's the thing. And we create a string out of the message.text and message.text length. Is that all that I need? Yeah. Okay, so now we will post a message to the Windows Server message loop with this type here. Set window, and maybe set window rect is a good one to copy. Oops, come back. Yeah, so set window rect request. This is the Windows Server message internally, and we will just modify this to our needs. Icon, and we'll say icon path is icon path. Okay. And that would be a string icon path. String icon path, columns, return, and icon path. I love writing boilerplate code, don't I? Don't actually, but still not painful enough to go and change it. Set window icon request. Okay. And set window rect request is handled by the client here. So we will copy that for icon request. And we will also create a set window icon request overload for handle request. A lot of copying going on here. We're almost there. And set window icon request. Come on. Okay, now here we go. Window.set icon. Yeah, that's the one we want. Okay, so icon is graphics bitmap load from file request.icon path. If icon, then window.set icon. Oh, actually, we'll say like if request.icon path is empty, window.set icon. We'll set an empty icon. That way, we'll have a way to remove the icon. Although, I guess it should default to the original icon. So let's just say set default icon. Otherwise, we will do icon move. Does this work? No, it needs to be dereferenced. Yeah. Okay, and I think that's fine. Now we just got to figure out what set icon actually would do. It would just assign the icon, and we also need to set default icon. And what is M icon originally? Default window icon, and where do you come from? From here. Okay, so we can make an out-of-line helper that does this, which we just did. So let's go here and just add this guy to this window, set default. M icon is default window icon. And I'll put you at the bottom because I don't want to see you all the time. Okay. Now, after we change the icon, we also have to window.invalidate because frame.invalidate title bar. That's what we gotta do. I mean, we don't have to return at this point. Actually, we can just do it like that. Okay. And what is left at this point? So let's just see that this works at all. I mean, the taskbar, we didn't even get to that part yet. So let's just go in the Minesweeper game here and set the mine icon as the window icon. So let's see, set window, set icon path. And I guess actually we need to do it at the bottom here right now because we don't support having an initial icon. Okay, let's try to build this. And actually I realized that we also need to build the Windows server. Oh, and we got a crash. Why are you crashing, bro? Set window icon request, bad window ID. Why are we crashing? Set icon path. Because I forgot to pass a window ID. Well, that's pretty obvious. Okay. And look at that. We got the Minesweeper icon right here. Very, very cool. Okay, and let's use the task switcher and see it shows up automatically in the tasks. I mean, in the window switcher here as well, because the window switcher will just it's internal in the window manager, and it just looks at the WS window icon already. So we get the window switcher for free, but we gotta do the taskbar. Okay, so let's start with in the taskbar actually and add an icon thingy to the window object in the taskbar program, because he doesn't even have that right now. Let's say I guess retain footer graphics bitmap. Yeah. Void set icon path. Well, let's do set icon actually. Retain footer graphics bitmap. And we will just assign it move icon, blah, 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 blah. Okay, and let's have a getter for it. A const getter, return micon dot footer. Okay. Yep. And in taskbar window, when we get the window state changed, I guess we should also include the icon path here. So what we really want to do is let's actually do it this way. String icon path const return icon path. This will work better with the icon path as well, because then we'll know if it's changing or not. But we'll keep the icon here, but let's do it like this, and then if icon path is icon path, and icon path is icon path, and then store that. Then icon is graphics bitmap, load from file, icon path. Actually, let's do it this way. If it doesn't work, then we won't set the new thing, And we'll do this, and then icons, move icon. Yeah, that's more like it. Okay, and we'll add here as well. We gotta add the icon path to the window management event that the taskbar is getting. That would we'll get there. Oh, let's do it right away actually. So window management events are the special events that you can register for as a program or as a window actually, and then you'll find out a constant stream of information from the Windows server whenever other windows do anything, whether they move around or change their title and stuff like that. That's how the taskbar is implemented. So it just listens for these events and then reflects what's going on in its user interface. So now we got to add the icon path to the Windows state changed event. And just do that. And icon path, I already put that. And I don't love that I'm doing crappy struct packing here, but do I care enough? It seems that I do. Okay. Oh, wait, I put you not. Come on, buddy. Strings together, and we'll put the U here as well. There we go. Okay. Look at that beautifully packed struct. 48 bytes. Jesus Christ. That's okay. It doesn't matter. These things are heap allocated, but transient, so who cares? Yeah, we can't do that without calling .characters. And you are very right about that, Qt Creator. Thank you. Okay. Window.set icon path. Change the event.icon path. Okay. Now we have to include this information from the Windows server. Icon path text. Shit, it's gonna be another string buffer. Okay, it doesn't matter. We'll include it. Icon path length. Let's see, these are server messages. And we have this stuff here. And then in the window management stuff, how big is this? 564. How big was he before? 304. Well, that's unfortunate, but I can live with it for now. Although I should go and fix this up later at some point. Icon path length. Path text. Okay. Okay. And I didn't have text there. Okay. Yep. Okay. And then we gotta look where these events are created. Windows state changed. That would be here. And it's the icon path. Again, the icon path. Every time I do this, I always think about how to generate all of this gunk. And every time I'm done with adding something here, I just think like, oh, work that once more. Whatever. Icon path length. And you need to have the icon path as well. String icon path. So we're still just writing all the code that takes what happens in the Windows server and passes it along to the window management listener clients. So this is where we would send one of these messages, and window manager tell WM listener about window. And now window.icon path. Finally, this is where we get to pass that along. Of course, the WS window doesn't actually know his icon path because I just have set icon as an API. So let's just do set icon. We'll include the path here. How about that? Icon path, move path. This is a bit ugly, so let's not do multiple statements on one line. I don't like that. There we go. And we'll also add string icon path const return icon path. Okay, and gotta have it down here. Jesus. Okay. Now, of course, we don't set that everywhere, so let's see, icon path. Static string, default window icon path. This is a bit very sloppily factored, actually, but we are just bulldozing forward right now, so whatever. And okay. And where was the guy who called this? Set icon. You were in WS client connection. Right here. When we get the message, we call window.setIcon, but we also now need to pass along the icon path so that it will be known by the window. Aha! Oof. This didn't build. Why don't you build? Non-trivial thing? What did I do? Did I add some non-trivial type here? No, I didn't. Use if deleted function. Oh shit. I'm trying to have an initializer in a union. That's not gonna work, bro. So, I mean, how do we even check if this worked? Something definitely did not work. What happened, Taskbar? Oh shit, I gotta actually rebuild the Taskbar. Oh, apps, Taskbar. Oh, incremental rebuilding. So fast, but clunky. Still doesn't work. Okay. Why though? Oh shit, yeah, I gotta rebuild everything because it changed the size of the Windows server message. That's what's up. Okay, so while that rebuilds, we can actually go and see here. When we do set icon path, we'll do, let's say, window dot, I don't know, window dot button, set icon, window icon. Okay. Will this work? We will find out. Well, I see an icon. It's not the one I hoped it would be, but it is an icon. Oh, it changed. That's kind of cute. All right. Let's see. So the set icon doesn't even do an update of the G button, so there's our first problem. Let's actually update if we do that. And then what else? Because set check will update, right? In fact, I mean, this is a bit dumb. We should really be doing this out of line so that we can do no op checking. G button set icon. And then we'll say if m icon dot putter is the same as icon dot putter, then freaking return. Otherwise, do the thing. Yeah. Cool. And maybe that would just work, or that's what I thought, because yeah, gotta do this first. Okay. Okay, so we're almost there with that thing, except it's not there from the beginning. And of course it looks real goofy because we don't want it to show up like that. So let's, we're gonna need to have a separate way of displaying this. So if we have both text and icon, then G button should behave a bit differently, I would say. So let's see, if we have an icon, what we currently do is we just paint it in the center, I guess. Yeah, and then we just draw the text. Content rect. Being pressed, we can just do like painter.translate. This is silly. And icon location. Okay. So we can say that if m icon and m text and caption non-empty, icon location should instead be on content rect dot location. Does that make sense? Set, yeah, we just move it to the x coordinate actually, so like that, yeah. And then what do? We have the icon and let's say content rect set, and we gotta shrink it a little bit here, so we're just gonna content rect actually move by content icon m icon dot width plus for whatever set width minus m icon width minus 4. This is a bit hackish. And we should really be building with GUI first. I don't think I did that right. Gotta rebuild taskbar. There we go. Looking cute, buddy. Look at you. Oh, and then we change. Oh. I gotta let my cat in. Just a second. Hey, cutie. Oh. Oh, you're all dusty. All right. Go get some food. This looks cool. So the big issue now is that the initial image is wrong. So I think that when we get a new icon, then we need to actually push that update to Window Manager clients right away. So that would be WS Window Manager the tell tell listener about window, tell listeners window state changed. Yeah, that's what we want to do. And I can't call this from here, but I am lazy right now, so I'm gonna just let the client connection do that. Okay. Yeah. So we just needed to push that update right when we got the icon. Very, very cool. So what else should we do? I guess we can add some icon to some other program. Where's that file type? What's that thing called? File type? Oh shit! I gotta go look in. Gotta go look at my icons. What the heck it's called? Is it file type? Unknown. I guess that would work. Do I have a better icon for this? Text editor 16. I guess I had something in mind here. What do you look like? Wow, look at that beautiful icon that I made at some point. Let's just go ahead and use that in the text editor. Where are you? Here. And window set icon path. Res icons text editor 16.png. I just want to see this working. Oops, got a little eager there. Okay. Oh shit. Build all the things. Oops. Wow, look at that. It's the text editor icon. How very pleasant. And it works down here, and it looks right here too. Very, very nice. Okay. So I think I'm going to commit this for starters, but let's just look through the patch here to see what we've changed. So patch review, right? So this is the window state changed in the taskbar. We just print out that we also got the icon path just for debugging here. We never looked at it, but rest assured we're printing it out. Then we set the taskbar window object icon path this thing, and we set the icon to whatever we computed from that. And here is the implementation of that. So if we receive the same icon path again, we just ignore. I guess this will happen quite often. And then otherwise, we try to load it from that path. And if it doesn't succeed, we just ignore those. And otherwise, we save the icon path and the icon. Yep. And here, we just use that icon that I found for the text editor and set that in the text editor app. And for Minesweeper, we use a mine. And then here's some kernel gunk that I did just to spawn the Minesweeper on startup for testing. Just ignore that. In Gbutton, we draw differently if we have an icon and a text. If we have an icon and text, then we will just draw the icon on the left side. I'm going to do a full rebuild here, actually. Otherwise, we draw it normally. And also, when we set an icon on a Gbutton, if the icon did change, then we do an update to ensure that the button is repainted right away with the new icon. And here's the window management event that now includes the icon path. Did a little bit of struct member shuffling here just to optimize the packing a tiny bit. And then here's more state changed event, synthesis, whatever. Okay, here's gwindow set icon path. So if you set the same path, we ignore, otherwise we cache the path. If we don't have a window ID, it's a no op. And then we do a set window icon. So like I need to do I'm going to do it separately outside of the video, but I also want to support like having an initial icon if you call set icon path before you have a window on the server side. But let's not care about that right now. And then let's see, icon path getter and setter for the gwindow, and here's the icon path in the server message. And yeah, this is the window management server message. And set window icon client message, handle the set window icon request. What does it do? We just get the request, check if the path is empty. If so, we use the default icon and invalidate. Otherwise, we try to load it. And if it doesn't load, we ignore. Otherwise, we set that icon and invalidate the title bar and tell the listeners. And see, here we forgot something. We have to do that if we do if we clear the icon as well. So WS client connection. Yeah, so it'd be like that. So actually, maybe this code would be better structured like this. Like that, and like this, and like that, and like so. Okay. Set window icon request. Let's build again because it's not sewing. Just API type conversion of the request here. I mean, not the API type conversion, dispatching the handle request overload. And here's the API type stuff. Just your average API message, blah, blah, blah. And adding the icon path to the window management message. Here's the API type conversion. Yep. And yeah, I just moved this out to a helpful string getter for the default window icon path. And I use that here. And then we also, now the Windows Server window object also, in addition to knowing its icon bitmap, it also now knows its path. This is a bit clunky, but it works for now. Then we had when we do the window management changed event, we also now include the icon path. Yep, and set default icon and just resets to the original stuff. And yeah, all of this declarations for that, the icon path member in the WS window. And when we tell window management listeners about a window, we now include the icon path. And here's that little wart. I don't love you. I don't love you at all, so I'm going to not be that way. I'm going to go and I'm going to put that here so that you can call it outside. Then we don't need to be friends. Okay. And just to make sure that everything's still built. Please build. Okay. Wow. Oh. Okay. And text editor, we still get that pretty icon. Okay. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and commit that. Excluding the kernel change. Git commit. I guess this is libgui. Oh, it's more Windows Server plus libgui. Add ability to set a per window icons. Icons are passed around as file system paths for now, since the shared memory detects only support two sides. Yeah. Okay. So let's look at it one last time. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Look how pretty that is. Yep. All right. So I think that about concludes today's video. So if you made it this far, then I thank you sincerely for watching, and I hope you saw something interesting, and I will see you next time.